The DJ Marvin. Oh my god.
Yay, I'm excited. Peter Berg. Duano, hey guys. Guess what? She should get a screenshot of that. Whoops. My booty, Siggy, evidently. Life is good. Did you get a screenshot of that, Chief? If not, I'll pull it back out again. Whoa, I'll pull it out. You got one with the passport? Yes, no? Oh man, I'm so excited. Good Lord. What a stupid case. She got it now. I don't really have a lot to say at the moment. I'm just super excited. Looks like there's a wet cat. I'd say the other word, but I'd get in trouble with YouTube. I'm not worried about getting slapped. Man, the mosquitoes are out today. Lather up in the handy dandy citronella oil. Oh man, Peter, you're gonna get slapped. It's this Peter. Another step closer, and then I had another email come in, so I didn't know which was going to arrive today. I got the passport book and the passport card. The card you can use to go to like Mexico and Canada and stuff like that. So, I can't talk Kapanga vlog. So I guess Friday the passport card will arrive. But the book is the one that I need to get to the Philippines. Oh, Sana all. Good morning, Matets. Big love shout out. Kapango, Matets, Peter, Chi. And then my new phone is here, so now I've got 3 devices so I can do everything I need to do for the live stream. And somebody else's new phone arrived this morning as well. Gotta have the best for my queen. Thanks, Coburn. Mark. Yeah, can you tell I'm a little excited about my passport arriving? And while I was at work, nothing was going on, so I got my new phone set up as well. So I can live stream, I can chat, and I can play music all at the same time. Yay. And I found out it's only a 30-day quarantine. Oh my. I don't know if I can move this fast enough. Huge That's one of the mega size Air Force transport planes. I don't know what the name is because I would have thought it would be like a Galaxy, but somebody told me that the Galaxies were retired, so maybe it's a Globemaster or something. But that's the biggest size of Air Force transport plane. They usually don't come in that low right over top of me. That's pretty cool. It looked a lot smaller in the camera than it did to the naked eye. Matets and Chi are gonna dance challenge. This should be good. Tete's a bouncing. Super Galaxy, yeah. She's a biggin'. Go away, mosquito. And it's one of those, I forget what the name of it is, but it's one of the nasty striped ones. The striped ones are one of the known that can carry various mosquito-borne illnesses. You're dancing now. Video's required. Yep, this music is thanks to Chi. Watch hours. It still is different between max watch hours and analytics tab in the studio. So my 365-day total since I started the channel is 214.7 in the analytics tab, but on the earn tab it only reflects 151. So I guess the earn tab's the one that matters, but that's showing as of the 28th and it's the 3rd, so it seems to be lagging about 5 to 7 days on the earn tab. But most of the hours should have been up until the 28th, so I don't know what YouTube is counting and not counting. I need 3,000. 3,000. The way they have it broke down, it is 500 subscribers, which I have met and surpassed, and 3,000 watch hours. And that enables the first level of, hey Philip Massey, that's the first level of monetization, which allows me to get super chats, have a membership platform, and have a store. Then to get any kind of ad revenue, I've got to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 total watch hours. So right now I need about 2,850 watch hours according to the earn tab in YouTube Studio. Ha! I don't know about that. Jester's been there about 2 years and he's a little under 47,000. I'm not really worried about hitting 50 or something. I just want to get the initial monetization and then reach the AdSense monetization. Yeah, earn tab is late, but I haven't really gone live since the weekend, so it should be up a lot higher. I won't tell him you said that. Thanks, Chester. Yeah. Oh, where is that? Oh man, you know what? I didn't even open it up and look at the inside yet. I was too busy dancing with it. Sana all. Oh, am I supposed to sign it? I'll have to do that later. And then I'll figure out if it matters if it's in blue ink or black ink. Yeah, I know. Chi told me sign in blue. Okay. Why are you freaking me out now? Yep, everything looks right. Yeah, she already told me to make a playlist of my stuff. I forgot to do that. I wonder if it actually matters. I need to find that out. Yeah, the picture is okay. It's not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. Meanwhile, Ash is dragging around something. I can't tell if it's a piece of wood, a giant rock, or a bone that I have no idea where he would have gotten it. You out there, dog? Hey. Oh, it was none of the above. It's deflated kids football. I'm just happy to have it. But yeah, I'll have to sign it ahead of time so they don't think I'm like trying to fake it in front of them. Blue or black, got it. Well, in that case, I'm going to use blue because my paperwork at work, I try and sign in blue because I can. All the Ship Force guys are like, "Oh, you can't sign in blue." I'm like, "I absolutely can." I said, "You can't." I said, "I can sign in whatever color I want. I can sign in pink." Oh, well, here it's only the officers. Yeah, well, GS 11 is equivalent to a O3 lieutenant, so. I even have, check this out. I bought this back in like December. I actually have a handy dandy waterproof or water resistant pouch, RFID pouch, multiple pockets for it. And for when I'm traveling or going through security and stuff, I can put it right here so that it's easy to grab when I'm just about up to the people that check my passport. Yep, snugly around my neck. Oh wait, I only gotta dig around through it. I never sign my full name anymore. My hand doesn't even have the muscle memory to sign it the way I used to. Because my name is so long, it's a pain in the butt, and I'm left-handed, so writing makes my hand sore very quickly, and it drags my left hand through the ink or the pencil lead. Yeah, just about there. Um, I much prefer to type because my hand gets so sore from writing. So people are like, whoa, why? Well, because left-handed people, you're pushing across the page, so you always have constant force, constant friction, whereas right-handed people are just lightly dragging the pen or pencil across the sheet of paper or whatever. So it's much easier than when you're shoving it across the page. I have two different small sling bags to put on my chest, so I can choose either one of those. So I can have all my stuff in front of me to guard against pickpockets and stuff. I've been collecting things for months and months and months, getting ready so that when the time came, I would see something and I would find the best version of that that I liked and that seemed like the best version for it. And I was like, yep, I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. That way I don't forget about it and I have it on hand. And now it's really going to come down to going through all of my crap. And on one hand, it seems like it's still a ways off, but then I look at the dates and I need to be in the Philippines in 5.5 weeks. So I did find out that the quarantine for Ash is only 30 days, not 6 months. So that's a good change. I have to get documentation through a vet, and they either have to send it in to the USDA and get it stamped for approval, or if they have the computer system, if their computers are linked into the USDA's vaccination tracking system, they can put it in directly, and then we don't have to worry about sending it in to get it stamped. But that's got to be finished no longer than 10 days prior to departure. So I've called the vet and I've gotten them on working on what I need to do to get into them at the right time to get the paperwork in. I looked on Philippines Airlines and they do service dogs. Yes, Ash is not a service dog. Yeah, I need to find out what kind of slides and what kind of water shoes to get. So if you guys have recommendations, email me or use my Gmail for the channel, which is KuyaStorm YT, short for YouTube, at gmail.com, and send me links or names with models and stuff, because I've got to hurry up and get sandals and water shoes and various things. But I've got to get tickets. Oh, the other piece with the USDA paperwork is I have to get an approved document from, and actually the travel physical for him is 10 days or less. The other form may be able to be longer. And I think that has to go to a place in Quezon City. Oh man, I hope it doesn't have to go snail mail, because I have to get a form approved through the Philippines. Hopefully in the next few days I'll know all the things I have to do. Man, if it has to be mailed to the Philippines and I know paperwork isn't super fast there, it depends what they use for service dog. There's a difference. A service dog has to be service dog trained. An emotional support animal, all you have to do is have a doc sign off and you can get them certified in the National Registry and get an ID card. In fact, you can get one for each of you with you can get them that are just paper, but they also have them that are in card form, kind of like a driver's license that has the hologram stuff on it. The Gmail is KuyaStorm YT, YT for YouTube, at gmail.com. Easy. Channel name, adding YT at Gmail. Because I've looked that up and I can actually go online on Amazon and I sign up through for their service and they set you up with a doctor. Basically, I don't even know if I have to do a call with them. They ask me do you have anxiety? Do you have depression? Do you have stress? Blah, 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 blah. And they're like, okay, you qualify. And then they're like, okay, put your credit card information in to get this. And then the doctor reviews it basically and just signs off on it. They create the national registry entry, send you the card or cards, and then it has a QR code on it. And they can either look him up by the number or they can just use a phone and scan the QR code and it'll open up his profile page in the registry for them. But that's only for, okay, I won't remember it, so please email it to me. So I don't think I can do service dog. If I could do service dog, that would be fantastic, but I'm pretty sure that requires a training certificate and it takes months to do. Usually you have to send them off for 4 to 6 months for training. Now, domestically, all I would have to do to fly with him with no extra cost in the cabin is have the emotional support animal card with being able to prove that he's in the National Registry. And that's easy to get, but I don't think that's what applies for international. I think for that, they want the service animal. But I could be wrong. They may just look at it and be like, good enough, but it would be I'd get there and be like, nope. Oh, and now we don't have room, so you're in LA or San Francisco, a flight away from where you came from, figure it out. Don't board the plane. What am I going to do? Just tie him up outside the airport and leave? So, but I'm getting close. All the different pieces are getting finished. Whoa, nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. YouTube's being stupid again. All right. Nice. Everybody's being quiet in the chat. We got 9 people, but it's quiet. That's okay. So, and I don't know if I can get the form. I don't know how long it takes to get to the form through the Philippines, but I know paperwork is not necessarily fast. So I guess that could mean that I might have to end up initially coming without him, which sucks. Giant donkeys. Although if I find out that I can't bring him, then I'll just deal with that, and it's a lot easier for me to get there, because it's a whole nightmare bringing him, because I've got to fly him and myself to, say, San Francisco from Seattle. And because that's, it would be, let's say it's a 2-hour flight to San Francisco from Seattle. I have to drop him off. I don't know that I just drop him off at the check place. I might have to drop him off at the cargo place, and then they may take him over by truck to load onto the plane, and then I've got to get checked into the flight, get through security and all of that. So if it's a 2-hour flight, it's probably a 4.5-hour process. Hey, Donna Dodora, TV, welcome, big love, shout out. But then I don't know how to get him from one flight to the other if I have connecting flights of different airlines. So what I would probably have to do is fly to San Francisco, totally leave the airport, get all my checked bags, get Ash in the kennel, and have found a hotel to stay at for the night. And depending on how long it is until the flight from San Francisco to Cebu, and then however long that flight is. So I may have to overnight in San Francisco. Yeah. I don't know if I can't bring him, then I may see what the route is. I don't know. I doubt there's direct flights. I don't know. Maybe there's direct flights from SeaTac, but I don't know. If I don't have him with me, I don't really mind moving around inside of airports because you're inside security, but getting him flown to San Francisco or LAX and collecting him in the bags, and then either getting to a hotel or hanging out somewhere hang out on the luggage claim of the airport, depending how long it is until the next flight. But then I have to figure out how to get him on the next flight and then get checked in and get myself on the next flight. So it's a whole endeavor. I'd be super bummed out if I can't bring him right away. But I couldn't really do much before now. I guess I could have worked on the paperwork for him sooner, but I didn't know if I was going to end up with the passport taking months, even though everybody said it should only be a few weeks. So, and I've had so much going on with selling the house. There's only so much I can do just by myself. I don't have anybody else here to help me do it. I mean, Chip's here now, but he can't help me with that stuff. And I can get overwhelmed pretty quickly. My eyes are red because of allergies, and I also got some citronella in my eye from putting citronella on. I'm not crying. My eyes are just red from seasonal allergies and citronella to keep the stinking mosquitoes away from me. But I'll tell you, the citronella essential oil from doTERRA works like a charm. And I'm not spraying nasty bug spray chemicals on me. Yeah, Philip, that's what I'm guessing that I'm going to have to do. But that's still a lot of effort and additional costs. I don't want to reserve a car. I would probably try and find a close airport that had a shuttle bus, because I don't want to have to deal with dropping a car off. I don't really want to deal with an Airbnb either. There should be hotels that allow dogs. And actually, I can easily process. I'll go ahead and process the emotional support animal card. I'll do that. between now and Monday and get that processed. If nothing else, I could that would be interesting. If I had that, I could actually I could check his kennel with my checked bags, but actually take him with me in the cabin for the domestic flight to San Francisco or LAX, and then only have to kennel him for the actual flight from the US to the Philippines. So I'll get on that so I can have that available. That'll simplify the first leg a lot. That'll simplify that. So good job bringing that stuff up. I hadn't even thought of that. And they cannot charge me extra to take him on the domestic flight, and they cannot deny him. That's federal law, but that doesn't apply outside of the US. So I should be able to have that in just 2 or 3 weeks, I would think. We'll see what the turnaround is, but if I have to, I'll call the place and be like, you need to rush this out. I can't wait 6 to 8 weeks. I need it time now. So I'll get that. So I'll have him registered as an emotional support animal. First leg becomes easy. And that actually makes the second leg easier too, because I don't have to worry about when I pick him up from the first leg out of a kennel, did he already mess in it on that portion of the trip from being nervous and stuff, and have to worry about cleaning that out and getting it presentable for the follow-on flight to the Philippines. So that takes a lot of the stress off. It'll be easy to get him. So it'll be easy to get him to San Francisco or LA. That makes that actually is almost more difficult than the long flight, at least for me. He'll just be in his kennel. He's used to that from when I work my long shifts. I don't like to do it and I avoid it, but when it was winter outside, I couldn't leave him outside in the freezing cold. So there's been times that he had to be in his kennel for like 12 or 13 hours. I always got home as quick as I could after work, but I have to work what I have to work. So he's very well kennel trained. Like, we go into the bedroom and I'll just say kennel and he'll walk right in and lay down. And usually in the mornings, I don't even have to tell him. I'll take him outside to go potty, and I'll come back in. And as soon as I take off my t-shirt, he knows I'm gonna be getting ready to shower. He just goes in the kennel and lays down and waits for me to lock the door. He's so smart, man. Ash is just a sweetheart. Everybody loves him. He scares some people because he tries to jump up, but he doesn't have an aggressive bone in his body. So whoever was in here when my neighbor was over, he was just trying to make friends with the big German Shepherd that was here. He wasn't scared of her. He wasn't barking at the neighbor or the dog. He just wanted to be friends. So all right. But it still may be problematic getting the paperwork done in time. But what I might be able to do is, if I can't bring him with me, then I'll get all the paperwork done remotely. Like, I'll do what I can here and then have to do the rest of it remotely, having somebody do legwork for me here. Maybe the buyer of the house would be willing to do it for me, because there's not going to be that much to do. But I don't know that I can get the approval from the Philippines authority until I have the address that I'm going to be staying at for the 30 days. And if they question, I've already thought about if they question well, your visa coming in is only 29 days and the quarantine is 30 days. Yes, I'm selling him to my girlfriend and I'm bringing him in, staying for my period of time, and then she'll have him until I come back or whatever. And then obviously I would just turn around and extend my visa. But I've got to secure the place I'm going to live in, so that, because they're going to ask where I'm going to quarantine him. And in some cases, they want to do an inspection. So I can't just say, oh, he's going to stay here. I need to know for sure that's where he's going to be, because they could check on it at any time. I doubt they would. They're probably lazy. But they could say, okay, we want to inspect it to make sure it's adequate, like it has a fence or a yard or something, so that you're not taking them out in public during the quarantine portion. But what I can probably do is, my parents know a lot of people all over the country, so I could probably either have my mom or my dad fly with him down to, depending when it was and which places had flights. I could figure out when I was going to fly back to the US and turn around and come back, and I could have them fly with him to San Francisco or LAX, and they have friends at the airport, basically do a high five, load him up, and away I go back to the Philippines with him. So I'd be tired, but if you've seen the Seek Labs chairs, I have one of those. I'm probably gonna just gift it to somebody at work. But they also make travel pillows, and I've had other travel pillows. It wasn't cheap. It was like 60 or 70 bucks, but oh my goodness, the thing is plush and it's higher up. So some of them, it lets you slump a little bit, but not fall too far to the side. This thing like holds you basically like this, and it's super comfy with their memory foam. It's freaking amazing. Eventually I have to order another one, so she has one when we travel. But I'm on, as when I stare off into the distances, because I'm actively figuring out what I'm doing to get them there now, or if I have to get them there later. So I'll just deal with that. But one way or another, now I know I need to be in the Philippines by the 12th of August, which means I have to hurry up and not only tell work that, hey, it's not my 2-week notice because it's more than 2 weeks, but I basically almost immediately am going to have to go on leave. I don't know if I have to see in the Navy, you could, or the military in general, you could go on what they call terminal leave, and basically you do all your checkout stuff and they put you on leave, and then you're basically just separated from the military when the leave period is over and you don't have to go back in again. I don't know if the shipyard does that or if I have to use the leave and then go in on the final day and give them my badges and stuff for the final checkout. I'm trying to have it relatively close to when I'm leaving so that I can maximize how long I'm getting paid. But I need to be in the Philippines by August 12th. That's my goal. It could be the 13th, but I need to be there no later. I'm shooting for the 12th. That said, I haven't looked at available flights. I'm probably just going to have to not bring Ash at first, because I think it's going to take too long to get the paperwork back from the Philippines, because I feel like it's going to end up being snail mail and not electronic. I could be wrong. They may have the systems in place to do it PDF and you download it and print it and away you go, but On the same hand, the next office over might be like, nope, it's got to have the official impression stamp with the ink, and so I think I'm gonna have to talk to my parents and figure out somebody. I think it makes sense to bring him, but I don't know that I can accomplish the paperwork required through the Philippines in time to meet the date that I want to get there by. And I tried to call a website in the US that regularly works with countries around the world for people that are moving or traveling with pets. Yeah, it does suck, and he and I, since I got him, he and I have not spent 24 hours apart. So if I have to come without him, Chi better be ready to give me lots of extra snuggles, because I'm going to be super sad without my dog. So I think what I need to do is just see if my parents can watch him for an undetermined amount of time until I can get the paperwork back from the Philippines authorizing me to bring him in. So the paperwork that goes from the vet to the USDA has to show that he's got a valid rabies vaccine and physical, I think, I don't think it says how long it has to be good for. I don't think it says like a year, but I think it says that the expiration exceeds the planned amount of travel. Obviously, he would be staying past when his good for a year physical and vaccine are valid for. I have no idea. But there's only one place. There's only a place in Quezon City that does the approvals for bringing animals in. One place. And they didn't even have a website. They only had email addresses and maybe a phone number and a physical address for mailing. So I think I'm just going to have to suck it up and plan that I'm not going to be able to bring him with me initially, even though I want to. My dad has to come up to get the Grand Cherokee and drag it home, and he needs to let me know if my sister's boyfriend is going to take my green Cherokee that's broke down also. So if he's not, my neighbor is going to take my gold broke down Honda, and he was going to talk to people to see if somebody wants the Cherokee, but I'm sure I could. There's people around here that want those for parts or for changing out the engine to use for off-roading and stuff out here. So the style of Cherokee I have are in high demand, and I'm not charging anything for it. And it's got a good lift. It just needs a new engine and a new set of mud tires, and it's a great mud vehicle. Even though it doesn't look big, I got through almost everything in the off-roading area out here except for the deepest of the mud pits, just because the ruts were so deep. My axles would have got high centered, or my transfer cases would have got high centered in it. So it was just physically impossible for me to get through it. But I've been basically hood height in water, which I didn't know was bad at the time, because I figured you would think on an airbox for something like a Jeep, the airbox would have like an upper intake. No, the hole for air coming in is on the front of it. So as soon as you get a bow wave going in deep water, it shoves it right into the airbox and then sucks it into the engine. That's how I ruined my first engine that was used when I bought it and had to get a replacement engine. But that's why I was always very careful after that. And I didn't go through deep water like that again. I was waiting until I got a snorkel, but then ended up never happening. Mamian, welcome. Thank you for coming in. I will give you moderator so you can connect to people. There you go. Mamiani's here. Thank you so much for coming by. Nice. 5:38. All right, so I've got that plan. So my dad's got to come and get the vehicle or vehicles off the property. I'll probably see if they can watch him. They just to spite me, they may say no, but I'm sure if I have to, I can find somebody to watch him for a while because he's a sweetheart. He's not hard to take care of. Basically, take him outside every few hours and feed him once a day and give him water and snuggles, and he's happy. He just might be a bit depressed without me being around. That just leaves going through 19 years of crap and thinning it out. But I get stressed out, but also when it comes down to crunch time, I'm very good at, I just go into overdrive and knock everything out, and the anxiety and stuff just rolls off me, and I just get focused on everything I'm doing. And then once it's done, I just crash hard and want to sleep for like 2 days. But all right, so I need to go on and get tickets. But even if it's cheaper for a multi-leg trip, everybody says that you're better off just to do a direct flight. And Gio just did it, and he's like, I thought I was doing good by saving $200 or $300 by taking several legs, but he's like, next time I will just pay an extra $200, $300, $400, $500 to have a direct flight. So, and he flew into Manila, so I think he went from Minneapolis to somewhere in Canada to like Singapore to Manila to Duma. So I really don't want to. I think it would be kind of to do that stuff, but then you've got to worry about what if one of the flights is late and it screws up the other legs for the follow-on flights. I've traveled domestically a lot. It's been a number of years now, but for work I was doing in the Navy for a while, we were flying back and forth across country once or twice a month for about a year and a half. So I've been through all the hub airports multiple times. I hate Denver. Denver's horrible. I don't like Chicago either. I'd much rather, my preferred place to go through was Atlanta. We weren't on the, I did go through Texas once. So I think it was Houston or something. But then I can't remember either. The Navy changed the airline they had contract with, or that airline changed their hub location. So then it changed from there to Atlanta. But I've been in and out of Atlanta a bunch of times. And I'm just kind of rambling, but I have a lot of things to process through, and a lot of times it's easier for me to kind of talk it out. And Chip's busy or at work or sleeping, or so I don't really have anybody else to talk to, so I'm just talking to the camera and all you handy dandy folks. All right, Mark, take it easy, buddy. Thanks for coming in. I want to go to Valencia, which is one of the, let's call it, suburbs around Dumaguete. I don't want to be in Dumaguete. Preferred is Valencia, but then also about the same distance away are Bakong and Darwin. So I want to go to Valencia because it's up the mountain and cooler, but it sounded like there might not be a lot of available rentals right now, which if I can't bring Ash immediately, it's not going to matter. In fact, if it came down to it, I could Airbnb it with Chief for a while until we found a place that we wanted, because the only reason I had to get into a lease was if I was bringing Ash immediately. So if I can't bring him initially, then I don't have to necessarily have a place other than having a reservation for a Airbnb or something, and those are easy, like a hotel. If I have to move from one to another, that's not a big deal. It was just a big deal to have, if I was bringing Ash, which I still am going to try and do, but I have a feeling it's not going to be able to happen. I would have to have a place, and most places will do a minimum of a year lease. So we had to find a place that was going to have a yard and stuff. Because I thought somebody said it was like a 6-month quarantine, but I found out today that it's only 30 days. So that's helpful. That'll make things easier, but it also means that if I can't bring him initially, then I don't have to have a specific address right away. I can get there and then find a place with more time to look and pick. So all I got to do now is just get my ass to the Philippines. But well, I've got to go through all my stuff. I've got to pack. One of the bags I'm using is supposed to be arriving any day now. It was a Kickstarter. So hopefully it ends up showing up and isn't a piece of crap. Otherwise, I'll have to rush order a carry-on and a checked bag. I would much rather not have to have a checked bag if I was going to do like a multi-leg set of flights. But if I'm doing a direct flight, I don't care if I have checked bags. That's not a big deal to me. I've waited in many an airport for checked bags, and I've had many times where checked bags did not show up when they were supposed to. It was pretty funny. One of the times, it didn't come in until like hours and hours later, or even another day. But one of the times there were no, because it was the middle of the night and the airline was required to get it to me because I was military. The only thing that was available that late at night was a limo, so they had to put my sea bag in a limo and pay, I wouldn't be surprised if it was $300 to $500 to drive it from SeaTac all the way over to my house. So, all right, so passport is in hand. I'm going to try and bring Ash, but I think that's going to be an insurmountable hill based on getting paperwork approved and routed to and through the Philippines, to approved and back from the Philippines in time to meet my deadline. Huh. Lots of things to figure out. Anybody have any questions or anything? I've rambled on enough for a while. Man, that was an hour. I've been rambling about flights and dogs, but I'm excited. There's so much, it's not even funny. Thinking about it, it's like, oh, it's June, August is a ways off, and I'm like, tomorrow's the 4th of July. It's almost 6 p.m. on the 3rd of July. Math is hard. I can't remember how many days are in July, so if I'm trying to be there the 12th or the 13th of, it's July, so August next month, I have basically 5.5 weeks to get there. Exciting, but nerve-wracking. Come on, we got 9 people in there. Somebody bring something up for me to flap my jaws about. Thanks, Matets. That reminds me, I've got to pull my stuff out of the gold car and try and find the title so my neighbor can take that this weekend. So I have 3 cars that have to go away. 2 I know are going. The 3rd one, either my dad will take it or I'm sure I'll tell my neighbor he can have it and he can sell the parts or find somebody that wants it, but it's got to be off the property. And I'm sure if I just gave it to him and he knew he could sell it for parts, he's a wrench head, he's a gearhead, so he does destruction derby cars. So he's going to take that gold Honda that I have broke down and turn it into a destruction derby car. I'm gonna maybe not immediately, because I heard you have to have a motorcycle endorsement and I don't have that, so I have to figure out what will have to do to get. I know it's easy to convert my US license to a Philippines license. I've already seen a video about go to one office and have an account, and then you have to get a bunch of copies of it, and then you have to go to get the medical clearance from a doctor. Yeah, I am too. Music's too loud? Okay. It's hard for me to tell. It's not super loud for me, but I don't know how the mic's picking it up. And if I turn it up to listen to it, then I get feedback echoes. So you just have to tell me if I need to turn the music up or down. And if you don't like the music, then you can just find a different live stream, because I like the music. Now I got distracted. Where was I? Totally lost my train wreck of thought. I don't know. I think that other one might be a different Chi channel. This is Chi the Filipina vlog. Oh, Chi's Journey is here too. Holy cow. Welcome. Wow. I missed that entry. Chi's Journey, welcome. Mega love shout out. You have moderator as well. Feel free to connect to everybody and drop a link in here if you want. I don't know your husband or boyfriend's name, but meet Mai Chi. It's kind of like Tai Chi, but Mai Chi. Mai Chi. Nice. So, people that just came in, yeah, my passport came today. I got my handy dandy passport holder for getting through the airport, so I'm not dropping it anywhere. RFID protected. Got my handy dandy passport today. What is it? It's our handy dandy notebook for all you old Blues Clues fans. My son loved Blues Clues. He had the Blues Clues chair when it was OG Blues Clues with the original Steve. All right, music's good now. Nice. Man, we've got Matets, Mamiani, Chi the Filipina vlog, Chi's Journey. Got a number of YouTubers in here. That's exciting. I'm unknown at this point, but hopefully that'll change once I get there. And I'm shooting for the 12th or 13th of August, so next month, to be moved to the Philippines. I want to bring my dog immediately. I don't think it's going to happen because of paperwork. I've just had too much to do and couldn't get through everything. So some of the things, I should have put that higher up on the list of things to get done, but I was also, there wasn't really much room to do it. I had to get the house sold so that I could get the money from the house, so that I could pay off the bills, which I've been dealing with all of that. I've got all my debts paid off. Thank you, Peter Berg. So my house is sold, my bills are paid, I have my passport. I have my new phone that is unlocked, brand new phone that's waiting for a. Yeah, you're welcome, Cheese Journey. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. I've got my brand new phone for the Philippines that's an unlocked S24 Ultra, which also means that gives me a third device so that I can live stream, live chat, and play music at the same time. So I'm 5.5 weeks from moving to the Philippines, to Negros. And so if anybody has knows for places for rent, G and I will be looking. I cannot wait. Cheese Journey, I have my own Chi as well. And she's a sweetheart. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she's a sweetheart. I'm super excited to get there and meet in person. So, yes, I'm one of the psychos that everybody's like, always do a discovery trip first, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm one of the people that knew they wanted to do it, sold everything, and is moving straight to the Philippines without having been there before. But I was in the Navy. I didn't go to the Philippines and stuff, but I've moved a lot. I lived in Hawaii for 3 years, which is different, but still island life. Still have to try and break into hanging out with locals in Hawaii, which I think is actually harder than hanging out with locals in the Philippines. Thanks, Mamiani, for coming in. Thank you. The doctor's here, time to inject. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. To be determined, Philip. Chi and I are trying to find a place to rent. I would rather have not even a hotel or an Airbnb. I would rather immediately have a place to lease. Because I'm not coming for a trip. I'm not coming to visit. Chi's family lives on Negros, so some people want to move 2 or 3 islands away from the Filipinas family, but I don't think they're going to be a problem. So she's already established boundaries with her family. And before I even met her, Valencia was where I wanted to go. Not to be around at Duma, but I like Negros, stuff I've seen in the videos. There's a lot of reasons I chose Negros. Really, it happens to be that Valencia is near Dumaguete. I'm not going to Dumaguete and finding a place nearby Dumaguete. I wanted to go to Valencia, and Duma just happens to be there. So why wouldn't I want to make a decision on a 1-year lease? With her family being on Negros, it's not like we're going to move islands. For me, it's not the kind of situation that most people are in where they're coming and they're not sure really where they want to be at, so they may decide in 6 months they want to be on another island. I have a gorgeous Filipina. Her family's on Negros. That's where I wanted to go before I met her. And I've watched videos of Bohol and Iloilo and Luzon around Manila. I'm blanking on the one where Anna's Life Official is, where same island as Tim K. I know it's one of the big ones, but I'm blanking at the moment. I even know the city is Tacloban, but I can't think of the name of the stinking island. Blank and Samar. I mean, somebody put it in the chat. I'm sure somebody out of the... Yeah, Leyte, thank you. For me, I wanted to go out to Negros and go from there because they do have an airport, so I can hop from Duma Airport to Cebu or other places. Right, but the YouTube vloggers are mostly talking to expats that probably haven't done a lot of research, are probably coming on a discovery trip, or don't really have a feel for where they want to be. They're coming in and just kind of dog paddling around. I've done almost daily research for the last know the name. I don't know Mogman. He's where on Leyte? Yeah, probably. I am not the target demographic of the Philippines vloggers. I was initially. There's some of them, even though I haven't been there, not experience wise, but data wise and information wise, some of them I can answer questions faster than they can. And I'm not saying I'm an all knowing God of the Philippines, I'm not. But I know myself, I know what I like, I know what works for me, and I know what I want to do. And I'm making a channel to make content. Could I get there and it changes? Sure. But I mean, I'm not just going to go there for a year. I'm going there for basically until they make me leave, whether that's for my 1 day visa reset or some other shenanigans, or they take me out in a pine box. So yes, I'm breaking the rules of the Philippines vloggers, but I'm no longer their demographic. I am not their target audience. I have grown beyond most of what I need from them other than checklists for the last minute things. So I've done enough checking and looking in various places, including looking at rentals in other places, that I know where I want to be. So, and people are like, "Oh, well, you don't want to go somewhere because of a Filipina." Well, I was going to Valencia before I had even met Chi the Filipina. So I'm not going to Valencia or Negros to be with her. It just works out that she's there and her family's there, so everything is smoother and easier. Now, if we decide together that, hey, let's go a little further away or something, then we can decide that. But I think actually being in one place for a year, being there for a year so we can go visit her family and stuff, is actually maybe better because it lets us settle into our relationship a bit. And her family, yes, they're on Negros, but they're 2.5, 3 hours away. So it's not like they're 5 minutes up the road and coming to the door all the time. It's a trek to get from Bayawan to Valencia or Bakong or Darwin, whichever one we're in. Yeah, I know I'm see, I'm not even the type that I have to go and decide if I like it. For me, I already know I'm gonna like it. I just have to get there. It's been all about just accomplishing everything I needed to do to get there. I've adjusted to heat before. Yes, it's a different heat. Yes, it's a different humidity, but I have dealt with heat and humidity in Hawaii. And there are times that the trade winds die down and the heat gets bad and the humidity rises crazy. It's already humid in Hawaii. You drop the trade winds for 3 to 5 days and the humidity is almost unbearable. So I love Asian food. I've had Filipino food, not a wide variety of it, but the types of things that they eat, it's already stuff that I like and I would prefer over American food anyway. So For me, it's not going there like, oh no, I don't know if I'm gonna really like it or if this place is gonna be a good fit. I know myself. I've done research. It's just reaching the goal. Yeah, I'm not going into this blindly or stupidly. And the rules of the Philippines vloggers definitely apply for most of the people that's their target audience, but I've moved from being their target audience to now I'm going to be one of them targeting the audience. Now, will I tell them to do the things that the other vloggers say to do? Absolutely. Listen to those rules, and I agree with their rules, but there are exceptions to every rule. And in my situation, I know that I am one of the exceptions to all of those rules, or the majority of them. I know myself, and I've had a lot of experience. I need spice. I need seasoning, and I need spice. And it doesn't have to be cooked in because she doesn't like super spicy. I'm the king of adding ground cayenne pepper or have a bottle of hot sauce. So it doesn't have to be cooked super spicy. I know how to kick up the heat, and I know how to kick up the heat without changing the flavor too. Just give me some ground cayenne pepper and I can make it basically as spicy as I want, and it doesn't really change the flavor. It just kicks up the heat. But I mean, I put hot honey in my coffee, so I like spicy coffee even. For me, the spicier the better, and I make almost everything spicy, including my coffee. So if they had a spicy energy drink, I would drink it. I don't consider coffee an energy drink. You know what I mean by energy drink, like a NOS or a Monster or a Rockstar. Sisig, Shanghai Lumpia, Sanmig. You know what I want super bad? I want Turon and I want Tahu. That's what I want. Like, that's what I want the most right now. I want Turon and Tahu. I think those would be a fantastic. I'll dip my Turon in my Tahu. Oh, I'll be careful about ice and non-sealed beverages that have water in them. So unless I'm watching them press 100% coconut water or fruit juice with no added ice or water, then I won't drink it. You love that accent, Matets? Tahu! And the music fits the vibe. I was made for the Philippines. Sikwate. Is that the Buko wine? I'll try coconut wine. Oh man. I didn't even know until about 6 months ago that was a thing. Now I want to try it bad. Oh. Yeah, I'm not one of the people that would complain about food in the Philippines. I see the street food. To me, yes, balut turns my stomach. I actually am not scared to try like the chicken intestines and stuff because I know the chicken feet. I don't know, walking around in the poop, but I like chicken gizzards. I eat bone marrow. I get beef tendon in my pho. I've had taco poke, which taco is octopus poke in Hawaii. And poke is kind of I think you would consider it like ceviche. It's not cooked, but it's kind of cooked by the vinegar and salts and things that it's put in. Yeah, I love pancit. I had pancit yesterday. So I was at work yesterday, and they have every other week they have a food truck come down, but the food truck usually goes on to the pier. But the pier was secured yesterday So I went down to my car, and I hadn't even seen the email because I hadn't been at work very long. But since the pier was closed, the food truck was parked about 30 feet from my car in the parking lot, which is about a minute and a half from my office trailer. And they do Philippine fusion. So yesterday I had pancit, a lumpia, jasmine rice, which isn't my favorite. I prefer Calrose rice like they use in Hawaii, sushi rice. I like this part. And it was supposed to be like chicken adobo, but I had them. I thought I was adding pork belly, but I guess what I did was substitute the chicken adobo for the pork belly. So I was kind of disappointed. I thought I was getting chicken adobo, a fried egg, and pork belly, but it was substituting the chicken adobo for the pork belly. I mean, it was still delicious, but I was actually hoping to try like both of those things. So I love fresh buko. Man, people that haven't had fresh young coconut, it tastes so different. And I like the flesh too. And that's totally different texture. People that have it the first time kind of like, oh, this tastes weird or tastes different or the texture's odd. Yeah, because you're used to the matured coconuts that have the outer husk removed and are in the grocery stores. And who knows how long it's been. But man, I lived in Hawaii, so I had the fresh green coconuts, and oh my goodness. We'd go to the stadium, the Aloha Stadium. I want to say it was like Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. They had a swap meet around the outside, and they would have stalls facing each other, going all around the outside of the perimeter of the Aloha Stadium. And you'd walk around there, and that was the place to buy like touristy stuff. But also, if you needed more t-shirts or you needed beach towels or stuff, it was touristy stuff, but it was also good stuff. But you could go get 5 t-shirts with a Hawaii print on it, not Hawaiian shirt, but like saying Hawaii and have surfers and things on it and stuff. You could get like 5 of those for $20, and they were the same exact shirts that they were selling down in Waikiki for $20 a piece. And you could buy the little mini shell necklaces. Those would be like 1 or 2 for $5 in Waikiki, and you'd get like a dozen of them for $5 at the swap meet. But there was this old guy, one spot around the stadium. He had this old Datsun pickup, and he would back it in, and he had the back of it was loaded with ice and fresh coconuts. And you'd go over and he'd hack off the top and give you a straw and let you drink it down. And then he'd finish opening it up and do like scoop, swoop, and release the coconut flesh from the shell. And we'd munch on that the rest of the way around. And that was fun. We would send tons of stuff from Hawaii back for Christmas presents and stuff. And people were thinking, oh, we spent so much money, because they knew they had done trips before, and they would be like, oh man, that stuff's so expensive for the tourist stuff. They didn't know about the swap meet. So we'd send them all this stuff, and they would think we had spent like hundreds of dollars, and we spent maybe $100 for all of the stuff. It was amazing. That was fun. So that kind of tropical life is fun for me. And the stores are also slow there. So mango sticky rice. That sounds really good. I haven't had mango with rice, but it sounds good. I'm down. I also like mochi. I still think it's funny when somebody says they have to pound the mochi, because you have to pound the rice, so you have to pound the mochi. And when I lived in Hawaii, one of my friends that was in a band out there, She got there a little late, and she said her grandma had spent all day pounding the mochi, and I just started losing it. I was like crying. I was laughing so hard. What? What? I was like, I understand exactly what you're saying and that you're being serious, but think about it from a military guy standpoint, and think about how it sounds for somebody that doesn't know what mochi is, and you're saying pound the mochi all day. I'm gonna be pounding the mochi when I get to the Philippines. Hanako, Sana all. Poor Cheese probably got a red face right now, like Hanako. She's probably blushing like crazy. Has anybody seen? Let's see. I know Jasper had a. I'm gonna check. I think he had a video premiere. I don't think he went live yet. But when Jasper goes live, then I'll end this. Yeah, it's a video premiere. I do need to watch though, because I think, I don't know if it's yet, but Jasper usually goes live after his video premieres. Although it seems it's anywhere from 15 minutes after the video premiere to 45 minutes or an hour. Tuba is a good drink. What is tuba? It's good for other, but I don't like it. What is tuba? Somebody tell me what it is. Harry. I see your email, Peter. If you're still in there, I'll look at it later. But I will star it so I can find it. All right, I've got Philip's email to read later. Dismiss. Even though I have the new phone set up, I go into an app, and most of the apps I haven't opened yet, so I still run into a bunch of, introduction, here's how you use this application. Yes, I've been using your application for 10 years. Just let me get to the app so I can use it. Ooh. Is that different than coconut wine? Or is that what coconut wine is? Gee, you're going to have to loosen up. You got to have at least a little bit of drinks with me. County drinks. County alcohol. Just a little. It's okay, sweetie. I know you've been sheltered in the province. And even though you worked in the city, all more or less the same. You're going to have to cut loose and let Daddy teach you. Gee. All right? Let Daddy teach you. It's okay. You'll be all right. Rest a bit. Sleep now. Hi, Nico. Yes. Daddy Storm in the house. Get back into my chat. Ooh, whoa. Yes, the watermelons are what that short's about, obviously. My goodness. I like the watermelon in the video. That's nice watermelons. I'm just looking at my chat. I don't know what you're talking about. Where'd my chat go? There's my chat. Hanako is basically like saying, "Oh my God." Yep. I drink before, but you get acid reflux. So that means it doesn't mean that alcohol gave you acid reflux or heartburn, is what we would call it. It means that whatever the drink was that you drank, maybe that particular drink isn't good for you, or it could have been, I don't know what the drink was. If you know, tell me, but it could have been a certain type of fruit juice. It could have been a low quality alcohol. Alcohols have wide variety of flavors, wide variety of kind of, I won't say side effects, but effects on you. Like some people will not drink tequila because they swear it makes them stupid, and other people say it gives them a bad hangover, but then other people can drink it and they're fine. So you can't just say all alcohol is going to give you heartburn or acid reflux. That's not how it works. It was probably low quality alcohol or fruit juice or something in it, and the combination of the two, and maybe even what you ate earlier in the day, is what gave you the acid reflux. Or you made yourself sick and you puked. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do citrus. Unless, well, it depends. There's good vodka, there's good tequila. There's shit vodka, there's shit tequila. Most tequila is made from, or most vodka is made from potatoes. There's Round Rock vodka here in the US that's made in the small batches in Texas, and it's made from corn, and it's amazing. Everybody talks about how good Tito's vodka is. Man, Round Rock is better. It's cheaper by $5 or $10 a bottle. It has a better flavor, and while it's not made from the traditional potato, it tastes great made from corn. So for those of you still in the US, look for Round Rock vodka. It is super good. It's better than Tito's by far. I tried Tito's because they were out of Round Rock one time. Did not like it. And what did I put with Round Rock? Round Rock makes a good vodka cranberry, but you've got to do the unsweetened Ocean Spray cranberry juice cocktail. It has to be Ocean Spray because all of the other ones, it's a much lower percentage of actual cranberry juice and they sweeten the crap out of it. Ocean Spray cranberry juice cocktail has a very specific flavor, and it is so smooth on the rocks with Round Rock vodka. Right. I haven't had a whole lot of tequila. I will say I do like Cabo Wabo Silver iced, and instead of using limes or whatever with salt, you get a nice big like navel orange, and not orange wedges, but orange slices, and then you put cinnamon on it, and you get an ice shaker and you shake up the tequila. So I use the Cabo Wabo Silver, shake it up with ice so it's ice cold, and then you shot the tequila and eat the orange slice with the cinnamon on it. Oh my goodness, that is flipping delicious. Now see, that's different than drinking orange juice and vodka or whatever from mimosas. It's different. Orange juice can give me heartburn at times, but I have not had that happen from doing the shots. I like some rum. I'm a Captain Morgan fan myself. I've tried a bunch of others. I like Captain Morgan or the Dark or the Private Reserve. Other than that, even though people say it's garbage, I like Um, what's that coconut one? I'm blanking on the name, but it's in the white bottle. That one is good, but they've got a Malibu Black. If you've never had Malibu Black, Maserap. It's super delicious. But instead of rum and Coke, I actually prefer rum and Pepsi. Yep, I think rum and Pepsi is the way to go. And Cabo Wabo Black, or just not Cabo Wabo, Malibu Black or Malibu Regular with Pepsi is awesome because you have the rum flavor, you have the coconut flavor, and you have the cola flavor, which I think they go great together. Maybe even throw in a little lime juice. I'm not like a huge drinker. I enjoy it. It's not like I drink a lot, but I enjoy nursing a good cocktail for a long period of time. It's not like I'm pounding them and getting drunk, or usually I'm not even buzzed. I just enjoy the flavor and I just drink it slow. So, and a nice Cabernet Sauvignon with some Pinot Noir with a good steak, and then a nice chocolate dessert, because red wine goes great with beef and chocolate in particular. Jester, you better hurry up. Your girlfriend is live. Jester, calling Jester. Matets is live. Time for you to go, buddy. We're down to 4. Maybe Chi went to Matets live too. Better not have. She probably has 2 devices going and she's in both of them, but most of her attention is on Matets. I'm gonna have to ban Matets so I can actually communicate with Chi. Too much bola chismus going on. Am I timed out? Why would I have timed you out? I don't know why you would be timed out, Legend. Welcome. Are you saying from me or from Jasper or what? If you said something before, I didn't see it. Legend of Alexander, welcome, my dude. I haven't seen Jasper go live yet. He did a live video premiere. You had comments before? I did not see any. Let me see. I think the stupid thing defaults to top comments, so it just may not have shown them to me. I gotta figure out. There's my settings button. I'm scrolling back, Legend. I do not see anything before that first message, so maybe YouTube screwed up. Or if it was a long time ago, I was off in Never Neverland pondering getting Ash to the Philippines. But that first comment that I read was the first one I saw, and I just changed it to show me all messages, not just top comments, and I scrolled back and I don't see anything from that first one where you asked if you were timed out. So sorry if I didn't read your messages, but evidently YouTube screwed up somewhere along the lines. But no, you were not timed out. Why would I time you out? Is your name actually Jordan? No. It's a girl chismus. Yeah, you got scolded for 2 days in a row of not responding because you were talking to Matets when I got home. Maybe you learned a little. But also I came home early, so you were here first. Man. Hi, Nicole. I have a paddle. I also have a leather belt, so be a good girl or Daddy will correct you when I get there. I don't know who's there that wasn't there earlier, but it's official. I have the passport as of today. Yay! No. No, I did not. And I have 2 phones going. Legend, I see 3 messages from you total, and I checked both of my phones, and they are both set to show all chat messages. So you might check to see if your YouTube app is updated, because they have had some updates this week, and YouTube has been a little wonky. So, oh, if you were, well, but it's supposed to just hold them for review, and I did not see anything held for review, and I don't really care about words, so I would have probably just let it out. So yeah, you're not timed out. We're not hiding your comments. I'm not ignoring you. The first comment I saw was the first one I read, and I scrolled back, they weren't there, so I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I apologize. I wasn't ignoring you, brother. I wonder if I can link more than one email to my PayPal. I bet it wouldn't like that, but that would make things a lot easier. Because my PayPal is not linked to my channel email. And I don't really want to post my main email for it. I don't know how that works. I don't know if I have to make a separate PayPal, since it'll technically be partially for business. Anybody know about that? Maybe Chi. Maybe I'll have to ask Jester. Or not Jester, Jasper. I almost made the joke of Jasper, what's the difference? But I think Jasper would kick me from the Philippines if I said that. Like, I mean, his boot would be on my ass reaching all the way from the Philippines. My goodness, what are you doing with acrobatics there, Chi? I mean, I'm curious what's going on with Legends. I like 50 Shades. I have many things to teach Chi the Filipina. Hanako. It's gonna be a fun time. Man, it's amazing how fast that gray comes back. It's only been like 3 or 4 days since I trimmed. And no, I'm not gonna diet. And no, I'm not gonna shave every day. When I got out of the Navy, I was like, I'm not shaving again, period. And I have held that up for almost coming up on 17 years. So no, I'm not shaving. I'll trim it super short. I'm not shaving. We're crossing swords. Oh my goodness. Wow, there's lightsabers too. I didn't even, oh, that's an X. It does look like lightsabers though. I don't know that Chi knows what crossing swords actually means. Rosemar, welcome. Thank you. Mega love shout out. Yeah, it must be Legend. I'm not sure, dude. I wasn't ignoring your comments. You were not timed out, and I don't know. And I have it set to show me hold them for review, so it should not be auto covering up comments. But you know what? That happens to me a lot, messaging or chatting in Jasper's chat. There's a lot of times I'm like, you skipped my message. He's like, I didn't look. And he scrolls up and doesn't see it. And I didn't even swear. So Sometimes I think YouTube just hides them, and I don't have an explanation for why, because the ones that I sent that he didn't see, I wasn't swearing or saying anything bad, so I don't know. I don't have an explanation. I am super curious though. Legend, if you want, you can message me on Google Chat. I hate WhatsApp because it's per device, and I'm not going to have 3 freaking WhatsApps. They're supposed to be like 7 or 8 months ago, they were talking about changing WhatsApp so that you could sign into one account from multiple devices. In the interim, they had it set up so that you could link one device to another, but it wasn't inside the app. When it would link it, it would force it open in like a Chrome window on the phone, on the other phone. But some days the service was down, so it wasn't reliable. And I have problems with Facebook because my OG account was removed because I supported DJT. So my Twitter and even my gaming Twitter that wasn't political, both of my Twitter accounts got taken down. My Facebook got nuked, and I had over 400 or over 800 friends. And yes, all but like 50 of them were people that I knew in personally in real life, that weren't just like game pickups from the old Facebook games and quizzes that you used to take. So I made an X account for my YouTube channel, and I was being careful about not logging into it from my Note 9. And one day I clicked on something and said, yeah, log in, and it let me in. But then when I went in a week later, because I wasn't using it much yet, they had suspended that too. So they had the MEID from my Note 9, and as soon as I logged into that X account from my Note 9, they knew it was me because it had both phone numbers. They didn't have my S23 Ultra MEID, so they couldn't link me even though it was same phone number. But once they had my Note 9 that had the same phone number associated with the MEID, yeah, they took that one down too. So supposedly Musk was going to fix everything. I submitted an appeal for my old Twitter accounts after Musk took it over and turned it into X. They never replied. They said it could take 3 or 4 weeks. It's been a year since I submitted my appeal, and they never did anything. And I know for a fact it wasn't reversed because they took my KuyaStorm YT X account. Fuckers. I'm actually really surprised the burner Facebook I made for the channel is still not nuked. That's why I stick to Google Chat. So I got off on the long tangent, but you can message me on Google Chat. And if you don't want to install the Google Chat app, if you go into the Gmail app in the settings, you can actually click on a checkbox that says show chats and spaces, and it's built into the Gmail app as well. And it's KuyaStorm YT for YouTube. KuyaStorm YT at Gmail is my Gmail. Don't send me a Gmail, send me an actual, open the chat, put the Gmail in the chat and send me a message. And then you can message me anytime. And I could even make a group chat for all of us Jasper OGs. But I hate WhatsApp because it's per device, and now I have 3 devices. So I'm curious what you said. So send me a message on Google Chat. And then you can also send me other things. And I don't get offended easy, so if you send me spicy content, I'm okay with that. It's okay for me. Sleep now. Sleep. I said sleep now. I said it wrong. Rest a bit. Sleep now. Tahoo! I think Ash is thinking that I'm calling him, so maybe Tahoo's how I'm going to call Ash from now on. Every time I yell Tahoo, he comes back over from somewhere else in the yard. Feel free to drop a link in, Rosemar, if you're still here. Thanks for coming in and checking out the live stream. I appreciate it. I am going to make a playlist for my lives. If people can play the playlist sometime, that'll give me watch hours even while you're sleeping. Just let it play. I think this is like the 24th live stream. So I've probably got 12 or 14 hours of live streams that people can just let play on a device in the background overnight. That would be super, super, super helpful on getting watch hours knocked out. Yes, Chi the Filipina is here. My Chi. She is sobrang maganda. And since I'm the one talking, she can't say, "Oh, thank you, but I'm not pretty, I'm not maganda." Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Just because you don't think you are and you don't fit Filipino beauty standards, you fit Western beauty standards fabulously. My book, you are a 9.5 or a 10 there, Chi. That's part of the reason every day I'm like, are we good? Everything good? Everything good? Because I'm like, it's like I won the lottery. Getting Chi the Filipina to be mine. It's amazing. I love it. I love her. Yep, I said it in my live stream. I love Chi the Filipina. She's my sobrang maganda Morena Ilongo Filipina princess. That's the long form name, if you want to say her name properly. I'm so glad she introduced me to this music. I never would have found this on my own. The only reason I know of these Philippines tracks are Chi. I love it. Yeah. Ash comes when I yell Tahoo. After Ash, because it makes me sad, but you know, they all pass. But the dog I have after Ash, no, I still can't see your comments, my dude. Send me a message on Google Chat, legend. KuyaStormYT@gmail.com in Google Chat. And then you can send me all the spicy content you want. I'll even read it out loud as long as it's not too bad. I get a little gaggy with my nicotine pouches at times. The nice thing is I don't have to spit and I don't smoke. It just tastes like mint gum with some nicotine in it. What was that other song that I added? That was good too. That was in a short, so it should be fine. I like this song. We'll see if it gets flagged. If it does, I'll just set it to private. I know, don't delete it. Don't delete it. I'll lose the watch hours. I'll just set it to private if I get copyrighted. Concur with the libtards being a problem there, legend. Sana all. What's that for? I don't know which thing you're responding to, Chi. If it's what legend said, the comments, or I'm pausing for the music. Oh, I know. Mommy Annie did a short for this song. I think it was her. Somebody did one. And I saw some other videos, so it's not just her that does it. But man, the hip movements that go along with this song, whew, I gotta get Chi. Chi, you gotta do that for me. You gotta learn it. You gotta learn the moves for this Rosa song. The singer is Magin Diaz, Rosa featuring Carlos Vives Toto La Mampasina. It's good. It's good for me. I don't know. I lost track. I'm almost at 2 hours. I'm watching to see if Jasper goes live. Not yet, that I've seen. I don't even know if he'll go live today. He called me last night. No, legend. I'm not going to be a simp ATM. Chi the Filipina is my girlfriend, and she's making money on YouTube. So, and she's already set down the law, set down the boundaries with her family. Ash, Tahoe, come back. He wants to make friends with people. I'm gonna have to hook him up because it's about the time people come by walking their animals, walking their dogs. And give me a big hug. No, I'm not a simp. I will be shackled upon arrival, and it's okay for me because she is gorgeous and she is a sweetheart. So around and have shenanigans for a period of time. 5.5 weeks. I'm shooting to be in the Phils on the 12th ish, 13th at the latest. Ash, get back here. I have to lock Ash up. Hang on. Ash, come here. Leave it. Yep, 5.5 weeks. Oh, you do too? Nice. August 12th is what I'm shooting for. So August 13th at the latest is when I want to be there. I want to be there by the 12th. I have so much to do, but I'll get it done. You weren't here before, but I just may not be able to bring my dog immediately, which sucks, but I had time today to get more information on what I need to do to bring him to the Philippines. And unfortunately, I have to get paperwork from the vet. And depending on whether or not they're linked into the vaccination computers, if they can, then they can submit it directly. Otherwise, we either have to mail it in or take it in to get stamped by the USDA that he is, in fact, rabies vaccinated. And then that has to go to a place in Quezon City that is the one location that can give me authorization to bring him in. I forget the name of it, but it's not a visa, but it's essentially a pet visa. I'll be good. And I'll get in more shape while I'm there too, so. I'm made for the Philippines, dude. I've lost 10 or 11 pounds, which isn't my goal, but originally I was going next February or March. But I did very well having a very clean diet of almost just salads or chicken. Well, salad with chicken or just chicken or other meat. Basically just that, very little highly processed stuff. Very few carbs for about 2 months. So, oh, I can't play that even though I want to play that. I can't play. Yeah, I've actually lost a bit of weight. I hit kind of a plateau, but people at work said they could tell that I had lost weight. They could see it in my face, and I had to tighten on my belt a bunch. I still have more to go, but even if I get down to 182, my gut is going to be... Ask Chi how it works out if I don't eat. I can't fast. If I fast, I get super grumpy. Fasting is a bad idea for Greg. My blood sugar gets low. I don't have protein. Fasting does not work for me. For me, fasting is like dealing with somebody that's trying to quit cigarettes. It's not good. You don't want to be around Greg when he's hungry. It's not pretty. But I understand what you're saying. Welcome back, Peter Berg. We have the man, the myth, the legend of Alexander here. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. We'll see. But I can't really fast right now because if you knew the amount of stuff that I have to go through, I need a bunch of energy to burn through it. So I would do it more if if I had stuck to the original plan of going and get off me, mosquito. I could see it in the camera. Didn't even have to feel it. If I was going in February or March, I would do those things and start going to the gym and stuff. But I did what I could between when I found out my house was going to sell and now. Now my buddy's here from Nebraska and he's been cooking, so I'm a bit off my diet, but I'm mostly eating meat still. But I'll be eating not always healthy in the Philippines, but it's gonna be healthier because it's gonna be mostly freshly cooked stuff. And even if there's rice, I'm still gonna be eating so much healthier than in the US. It's not even funny. I'm so excited. So I'm at 2:03 right now. Jasper hasn't gone live, but because it's about 7 minutes until my mics start going wonky, home cooked food. And it's not just home cooked food, fresh ingredients, highly controlled additives. So I'm not getting all these chemical, high processed stuff. Because you can say home cooked food, but it's going to be more or less scratch food without all the highly processed things. It's going to be awesome. And lots of fresh fruit, lots of fresh vegetables, lots of fresh fish and chicken. I'll miss beef, but I didn't really get to eat beef that much anyway. Yeah, farm to table, man. It's my health won't drop as fast, but health-wise, I'll be eating so much healthier. It's not even funny. I bet in a year I look younger than I do right now. I'm so excited. I can't believe it. It's 5.5 weeks. It's so close. I've never been a huge pork guy. I will eat Lechon if it's there, but I really prefer, I'm not a big pork guy in general. I prefer chicken or fish. And again, for people that's gonna hear, my eyes are red because of allergies, and I had citronella on my fingers from keeping the mosquitoes away, so that's irritating my eyes, and I'm tired. Great, you're saying for 3 days and then for the next 4 weeks. I'm sure it works. That's great. I do not have that much time in my day here. I have that time in my day in the Philippines. Right now, I barely get enough sleep because I have an hour drive to and from work each direction. And I work at least my 8-hour shift. I was working 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 or 6 or 7 days a week. Yeah, but I'm not in Japan. It's a lot more than 100 steps. Or you mean stairs? Yeah. Walk the boulevard in the morning, walk the boulevard in the afternoon, walk the boulevard in the evening. I'm down. Especially when Ash gets there. Of course, we'll be walking super slow because everybody's gonna want to pet Ash. But at first, I don't think I'm gonna be able to bring him right away. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Legend. I'm out of time, dude. I don't have the time, and now's not a good time for me to fast and not have the energy I need because I have 19 years of stuff in my house to go through in about 3.5, 4 weeks. I'm already behind on that, but the weather's been nice, and we were coming out of the wet, wintry season here, so it warmed up and got dry, and I've been excited to do live streams. Yeah, we'll have to work on getting Chi her passport if she doesn't already have it, in addition to whatever approval there is for her exiting. They're really strict about Filipinos leaving the country because they're worried about trafficking so bad, which I totally understand. State of mind, I am in Washington State. I'm relatively near Seattle. If I could fly straight to Seattle, it's not far, but because I have to either ride an hour ferry or drive around down through Tacoma, it's about 2 hours to get to Seattle. Man, this one eye is really red now, but it's itching, so I think I touched grass and had citronella and rubbed my eye, and now my eyes are angry. I do get seasonal allergies. I took Flonase, but man, when it gets summertime, I still get hit. And if I take a Benadryl, I'll be out like a light. So Washington State, also known as FEMA Region 10, which is a nice X in the Roman alphabet. So I am in FEMA Region X. Not for much longer. It's such a blue state. At least, unfortunately, the western side of the state is mostly blue, whereas eastern Washington doesn't have as many people, but is mostly red. Like almost to the point that they would like to split off from basically the mountain range over toward Yakima and the other big city over there, Tri-Cities area. Where am I going to live? I'm planning, at least for the first year, if probably most of the time actually, Negros. Like I've said many times, but you weren't in here, it's not to be in Dumaguete. It just happened to be that from the videos and things I've watched, I like the island of Negros and I like Valencia. It just happens that Valencia is near Dumaguete, and it met the other requirement that I have of being reasonable distance from a hospital, which isn't a big hospital or like a high-end hospital in Dumaguete, but they have a small airport. So if I have a bigger problem, I can take a flight to Cebu to go to a hospital, or to Manila to go to St. Luke's, or I can catch an international flight to the US if it's not an emergent thing that I'm in a critical condition. But I'll be kind of semi-province, but only about 20 minutes from a small airport, so I can get a flight to Cebu or Manila and get to a better hospital, or get to the international flight to get to the US. So that's where my initial locale will be, and that's also where Chi's family lives, but they're about 3 hours away from Duma area, so we'll be able to go visit them, but they're not gonna like down the street in our business all the time. And she spent years working to support her family and put her sisters through school, and her sisters are doing really good in college, so they'll be the breadwinners, and she will have her family. So that's already the established way things are going to go. So, and she makes her own money on YouTube. She's over 12,600 subscribers. She's doing good. She's got a good channel. So if you haven't watched her lives and her videos, check it out. She's a sweetheart. And she's my sweetheart. All right, I'm at 2 hours and 10 minutes. Jasper's not live, so what I'll do, I'll end it and probably come right back to... I hear you. Just be aware, she's in the chat. So some things are fine to say in here. Some, I would probably tell her what it said anyway, but some things might be better for Google Chat. Because my girlfriend's in the chat, jackass. But it's, I'm at 2:12 and my mics start going wonky, so I'm gonna end the live and start another one like immediately. So come right back and I'll be right here. I just have to close the app, clear the memory, and start it back up. Otherwise my mics start cutting out for some reason. I think there's a memory leak in the YouTube app or something. Yeah, I hear you, dude. I dive deep regardless. So it is what it is, but I believe it's going to work out. We'll see. Time will tell. But I can't go out and get married immediately because I'm putting the divorce on ice because I want to get out of the U.S. because I think they're going to do a lockdown or some other shenanigans because of the election. So if things are going to get poopy in the U.S. and or there's going to be a lockdown, because they're talking every day, I see more articles. They are ramping up the stories and propaganda for the sniffles, not the like the previous one, but the birdie version. So if they're going to do something, I think it's going to be soon. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate being concerned, and I do listen to the advice. I'm not blowing you off at all. I have got to get to the Philippines in case they do a lockdown, because I would rather be there than here if they lock down. But I think things are about to get super hairy in the U.S. because of everything that's going on with Biden and stuff. Even CNN and a lot of the big Democrat donors are talking about pulling out. They're pushing for Biden to step aside, and he's like, nobody's going to push me out. When his own party wants him out, they want to bring in Newsom or Big Mike or Hillary or a combination. And that debate performance he had, they all knew he was not with it, but they just downplayed it. But it's to the point now, it's so bad that they're close to the National Convention, Democrat National Convention. And I think part of the reason they've waited this long is within a certain time period. Like right now, there's at least 3 states that it's almost impossible to get them off of the ballot because the deadlines have closed. And the only way to get them off the ballots in those 3 states is either he passes from this earth or is removed by the 25th Amendment. And personally, I think they're going to push him out with the 25th Amendment. So that's what I think is going to happen. But I still think they may try and do a lockdown. And maybe it won't happen, but if nothing else, I'll just have been able to enjoy the Philippines sooner. Because I am burnt. I do not want to do my job anymore. My boss is awesome. My coworkers are awesome. But some of the coworkers are a pain in the butt. And the job is stressful. And it's not good for my mental health or physical health because of the stress. And I don't want to drop dead from a heart attack. And I just don't want to do it anymore. I'm just like, I get up in the morning or I get up before work and I'm just like, I do not want to do this. So it's time for me to get the hell out of here. and I'm just going to push the divorce like a year. And if they haven't had a lockdown or big things happen in the next 10 or 12 months, then everything will probably be relatively fine, and then I'll get it done. Or maybe she'll have, the other side will have decided that she wants to marry this chucklehead that's in North Carolina that she's living with, and write up papers and be trying to locate me to sign off on them. So, and as long as she doesn't ask for some crazy garbage, I'll just be like, sign and be done with that crap. That would be the easiest way. If she writes it up and is reasonable and doesn't ask for anything, I'll just not contest it. I'll sign it. I don't even have to appear in court. So that would be the best way. I could probably even have it set up to have a digital notary and have an electronic version and sign it freaking on video electronically. Yeah, she is not the typical Filipina, and I know everybody says their Filipina is different, and every Filipina says they're different, but I read people well, and I observed Chi for quite a while before we actually started talking, and she's not doing sexy pasta chicken feet eating on her live streams. She's not running live streams like, I'll just say Jello instead of the other word. And that girl's content didn't used to be bad either. She did good videos, and they were informative and just regular videos up until she went to Pattaya in December of last year. And man, whatever happened in Thailand, she came back and was a simp magnet after that, and was doing the sexy banana talk, clickbait titles and things like that. So something on her Pattaya trip changed her. And that's great. I mean, she's doing her thing. I'm not judging her, but it's not for me. And that's when I stopped watching her content. But she's a sweetheart, and we're just going to have a good old time together and have a happy family. And yes, I plan on having cheese babies. I don't joke about having kids. I joke about I'm the one having the babies, because I cannot have children. I can't have babies because I don't have the right equipment for that. I have to clarify all these things. Otherwise, Legend is going to make jokes about the way I say it, and she's going to think that I'm saying I don't want to have kids. I'm not saying either of those things. Instead of saying she's going to have my kids, I'm saying I'll have her babies. Oh, I just know how people spin things. And then it'll be, Tampa will be, oh, you said you didn't want to have... No, that's not what I said. I was making a joke to Legend. Calm down. Sleep now. Rest a bit. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to clear out YouTube and start another live stream, which means I'll start the second live stream and Jasper will come live, but that's fine. When he goes live, then I'll end mine. But Hanako.